You're watching the 6:15 primetime newscast in the English language on Canal The International. Thanks for joining me. My name is Gladys Ambodiba. Stay tuned for our top stories. Three children in Bonaberry in the Douala 4 subdivision have died after being allegedly poisoned by their own mother, who is said to be in a critical condition in hospital after she equally consumed the poisoned food. It is alleged this happened after a quarrel with her husband. Family, friends and neighbors are currently in shock. China has classified as provocative and disrespectful the recent visit of the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, of Taiwan, adding it undermines the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the country. And today is observed as World Beer Day, a day for beer lovers everywhere to raise a toast to brewers, bartenders and rejoice in the greatness of beer. Our newsroom took special interest as Cameroon is regarded as one of the highest beer consumed countries in Africa to talk to some beer lovers. You will have their reactions in this newscast. Those were headlines. Stay tuned for developments.
Canal International.
Good evening once again. We begin this newscast with World Beer Day, which is commemorated or observed worldwide today. It is regarded, and Cameroon regarded as one of the countries that consumes beer. Our newsroom took special interest to talk to some beer lovers in the nation's capital, Yaoundé. Hi, Sentia, tells us more in the story.
The relationship between some Cameroonians and beer is a very romantic one. An appointment respected daily, each in his or her rhythm.
Moi, je bois la bière chaque jour. Je n'ai pas un jour que je vais dire que je ne bois pas.
Je peux boire quand même 10 bières par jour.
Tous les jours à midi. Je ne rate pas.
Bon, la bière, ça fait partie de mon quotidien.
Only sickness can help keep some people away from a bottle of beer.
Je peux passer
I can stay for a week without drinking, but generally it is when I'm sick. Even at that, I try taking at least a bottle a day to feel I am alive.
Il me faut au moins une bière pour me sentir vivant.
And to others, only the abusing moments hinder their consumption rate.
Quand j'ai fait, je ne peux pas boire la bière. Mais quand je n'ai pas fait, je bois. Je me lave avec.
The colored liquid, some insist, is part of their body system.
La bière me fait ma force.
Beer keeps me going. When I don't drink, I feel sick. I also drink to drive away worries. Beer is to me as fuel is to a car.
Le carburant.
But few Yaoundé city dwellers say that they mostly drink under the influence of friends. I only drink when I'm with friends. I don't adore beer. With the high consumption rate, some Cameroonians think it is time for government to regulate or, if possible, suspend the phenomenon. I try to quit drinking, but I can't. But if it is suspended, I'm sure of quitting. A view not shared by the heavy boozers.
Et si on annule ça, peut-être moi-même là, ça ne va pas donner. Oui, parce que moi, je consomme ça every day.
Celebrating the World Beer Day this August 5th, it is an occasion for the usual bar clients to go swimming in alcohol, moving from the idea of sharing a bottle to emptying crates, but the consequences so damaging.
And the 2022 batch of the 100 conscripts from the National Civic Service or Participatory Development are currently being schooled on citizenship and moral values. Objective of a one-month training currently taking place at the Government Technical High School Ngwakele in the nation's capital, Yaoundé. Midway to the studies, how much have they acquired? Let's get that from Omuko Sumi from the nation's capital.
Here they are, some 100 conscripts in their blue-collar outfit, the 2022 batch from the National Civic Service for Participation in Development under the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Civic Education, aged between 17 to 21 years, acquiring skills and knowledge on citizenship education.
Important for me, for what I learn here, is about our values in the society, because we have seen that many of youth today are no more responsible. They don't know exactly what they want in their life. So for me here to be here, it gave me about some values, some responsibility, how to be dressed.
Happy to be part of the training, these youths will live as message bearers and ambassadors of good moral and civic values to their peers.
I want to be a patriotic citizen which will help others, because I cannot just have the knowledge and be selfish with it. I have to share to people in my locality.
Very much satisfied with what he saw during his visit to the training camp this Friday at the Government Bilingual Technical High School, Ngwakele in Yaoundé, the Director General of the Civic Service Agency urged these young Cameroonians to be peace promoters.
I would like to say that I'm very satisfied by this training. So they have to play a good and important role in the society. With the Minister of Defense, they have to denounce a certain number of bad behavior in the society.
The one-month training covers first aid, patriotic spirit, love for fatherland, ways of talking, decent dressing code, and other values.
And still talking about young people, in spite of a decision taken by administrative authorities in the Ocean Division South region of Cameroon banning child hawking in the town of Cliquez, we still see many young people still hawking and carrying out mean jobs in order to pay their school fees. The situation has attracted mixed feelings from parents, some saying it is child labor, while others believe it is a way of empowering the young people in order to assist their parents. The details in that report.
This has been the regular summer holiday job for these young students of Government Bilingual High School Cliquez Royal in the Ocean Division South region of Cameroon. Ndongo has been fabricating concrete blocks in this concrete block factory for the past 5 summer holidays, an activity that permits him prepare for back to school. I do this activity because it permits me raise money for my school fees and helps me to take care of other needs. There are many other young students involved in other activities in Cliquez this holiday to raise funds for their school fees and needs. Meshak Olive is one of them. She chose to sell palm wine after a failed attempt to obtain a paid internship. Same for Aruna, who leaves Fumban to Cliquez every summer holiday to sell coconuts. Although these activities generate income and bail the students and parents from school resumption stress, some parents nonetheless have mixed feelings over the actions undertaken by children.
You see children going up and down, selling granola, selling pears, selling oranges, and so on and so forth. And because parents cannot meet up, it's making these children to do all this. It's not good. This is child labor, and it's some kind, in this act, as they are doing like that, you see some of them are being raped like young girls.
Because of economic crisis and what is going on now that all of us knows. And then some parents do not have choice. That's why they leave their children to do anything whatsoever. But we know that children are not allowed to work, underage children. But now all types of children are on the street working and so on.
It should be recalled that child hawking was recently burnt in Cliquez by the senior divisional officer for the Ocean Division, but lack of paid internships has forced many young people to embark on holiday activities to raise money and help their parents.
And let's come back to our top story to talk about shock and consternation in Beseke, Bonaberry, in the Douala 4 municipality following the tragic death of 3 children poisoned by their own mother. Unconfirmed report holds that the woman had a quarrel with her husband and went ahead out of anger to poison the children with a common Cameroonian meal known as bobolo and groundnut paste. The report says the mother herself is currently in a critical condition in hospital as police have opened investigation on the sad event. Regina Leketanda tells us more on that story.
Clothed in their school uniform in this picture, these children will no longer be able to fulfill their dreams as they were snatched by the cold hands of death. The Beseke neighborhood in the Douala 4 municipality is still in shock and total consternation following the controversial circumstances leading to the death of the children. The children of a prominent Anglophone lawyer, Barrister Akabum Watson, are reported to have been poisoned by their own mother, according to multiple sources, corroborated by the driver of the lawyer.
I'm a driver for Barrister Akabum. He's my father. I'm also his father. So what has really happened for us, I may sad to say that it's only God will see this particular matter, what our particular mother of this particular house that have really done for us. That we have lost 3 children that she herself delivered. But it's only God. The children, the way the children put it for me, there is no one particular person that can say it clear. But it's our mother that has done all this for us. I'm crying because I will never see those children again. Barrister is also crying because he will never see those children again.
Unconfirmed reports hold the wife, who herself is currently in critical condition, had a fight with her husband and out of anger poisoned the children with a common Cameroonian dish locally called bobolo and groundnut paste.
Nous sommes les voisins les plus proches.
We are neighbors. We noticed the mother was being rushed to the hospital. We rushed to the compound and realized the children were convulsing. We took the youngest because his condition was more critical. But by the time we got to the hospital, the doctor told us the child had already died. The 2 others were also rushed to the Bonasama district hospital and then to the Lankatinen hospital. It was only this morning we learned they too had died. Once the news broke late Thursday, the family residence of the lawyer was filled with onlookers who came to understand what should have pushed a mother to kill her own babies. Defense and security forces this Friday also stormed the compound to conduct an investigation that will shed light to the sad incident that has been on every lip this Friday.
Sad indeed. And still on a sad note, the minister delegate at the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Clementine Ananga Messina, is no more. She died this Friday, August 5, in a hospital in Istanbul, Turkey, after numerous speculations since Monday by the social media announcing her death. The information is confirmed also by the national radio during the 5 p.m. news. And appointed since last June 30, 2009, the agronomist spent a great chunk of her professional life at the ministry, a position she occupied until this fateful Friday, August 5. Another government official gone down, still in active service after the minister delegate at the Ministry of External Relations in charge of the Islamic world, Adum Gagoum, and the Secretary of State at the Ministry of Public Health, Alim Ayatu. And let's talk about libraries, as electronic libraries in Cameroon and everywhere. Reading more than 500 books is now possible through electronic applications. A group of young people have created a software which will permit people equally, or young people and other book lovers, to read online books. You have the details with Sharifa Saleh.
With the mass coming up of electronic libraries in Cameroon, Dominic Bwende, a graphics designer, sees it needful for each and everyone to put a digital library in the pockets. He compares it to a well and bucket theory. Download a novel on their phone, either on the disconnected phone or solar charged readers, and will be able to read wherever they are on offline mode without having to need an internet connection, having paid an appropriate price to their purchasing power. QuickDo, an application created by these young Cameroonians, which will permit all to have an access to different novels at each and everyone's purchasing power. It is a bank of readers and a mobile offline reading application that allows each African library to offer more than 500,000 contents to their students in one click at 500 francs per book. This technological innovation is accompanied by a work entitled Livre montaire d'un entrepreneur à échec. According to Dominic, this goes a long way revolutionizing reading habits and relationship to reading.
It is with our report that we wrap up this edition of the Primetime Newscast in the English language on Canal the International. The French edition will be yours at this 9h50 with Alain Ghislain Kanga. Up next is Debrief du Sport with Mathieu Fangwa. I will be yours again same time on Monday, God's willing. But then have a wonderful weekend watching programs on Canal the International. Bye-bye.